Hey, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. Everything in my video was found on a public domain. Full disclaimer down below. Big thanks to everyone who has contributed in one way or the other to my video. Lots of love and many blessings your way. So Harry and Meghan have snuck away to LA. Here's what I found out. She doesn't want to be responsible for paying taxes in both Canada and the United States. I can't help but remember what we were told several weeks ago by a viewer of my channel. Okay, so the time when Meghan left Archie, when he was, 3-4 months old, to go down to New York to watch Serena play. Prior to the tennis match, Serena and Meghan had gone somewhere, and the driver of that car is the relative of the person that told us this story. They said that the relative felt like Meghan was much nicer than Serena. However, he overheard her conversation on the phone. She was asking for help, tips and pointers and advice on how to get out of paying the United States income tax. Listen, she owes 2 years of back taxes, and allegedly her mother owes several years of property taxes on the house she's living in. And if you're not familiar with how she became the owner of that house, let me tell you about it real fast. The house initially belonged to Doria's dad, Alvin Ragland. He himself had inherited the house from his sister. Anyway, he died a very freakish, suspicious death. He was walking his dog in front of his own house when he tripped over the dog leash. We're talking a 7-pound dog. And he died as a result of this trip and fall on the sidewalk. I was told that he was covered in marks as well as a big goose egg on his head, and that was not from the fall. Okay, during his life, he had actually married someone younger than Doria and had a child. His name is Alvin Joffrey Ragland, and the property should have been split between Doria and her half-brother Joffrey. Now, according to the documents, he did sign, supposedly, a piece of paper just forfeiting his half of the inheritance. And that piece of paper was notarized. The problem is this. The notary who notarized this paper had been dead at least 6 years by the time that paper had been notarized. You see what I'm saying? I have copies of those documents somewhere. I'll have to find them, and I'll post them when I do. I've heard from the get-go that she had spent quite some time in prison. I can't find one shred of evidence that backs that up. However, she's listed as having criminal and civil court records. Public records in the state of California are one of the hardest nuts to crack. I'm thinking because of the celebrities running amok over there, they make it super tough to get your hands on them. I'm really trying right now. That's what I'm in the middle of. Anyway, she's received a brand new car recently, and I know her net worth has jumped immensely. So it makes you wonder what they're doing with taxpayer money while they're still royalty, right? It's totally unfair. And you know what, you guys? It did not come back to my memory until I was looking through things the other day. Prior to that marriage, she had quit her job with the intentions on going over to England and opening her own practice. That never came to fruition. So how did she go from rags to riches? That's dirty. I'm telling you, taxpayers. How do you feel about supporting Doria Ragland? It's a total slap in the face, and how the royal family are allowing this blows my mind. Just like Meghan's wasting money on Frogmore Cottage, knowing she was not going to live there. She knew that coming into this. Frogmore Cottage was not a part of her plan, yet she humored people by spending everyone else's money updating it. And then to go on over to Vancouver Island with Harry and scream that everybody needs to flip this astronomical security bill for them while they're there. Yet she packed up Harry and took off with a quickness the second Disney said it's a go. Why? Because she does not want to have to pay your taxes, yet she wants you, taxpayer, to flip her bill. Come on now. She and Harry are spitting in everybody's face, y'all. Then she wants to sit there and say she's not coming back to the States until Donald Trump is no longer president. Well, she's sitting in the States right now. He's still president. She and Harry both are very disrespectful to everyone in their path. I don't like Disney to begin with, but my gosh, I'll not support them, especially because her little gig starts April 3rd. I hope everybody boycotts this entire situation. Meanwhile, she and Harry are now living in a $17 million mansion. In LA, of course. They still owe for the Frogmore Cottage renovations. The Queen, in my opinion, should have had them pay that back way before they left for their new life. I'm curious as to who paid for this mansion they're staying in now, considering they're not even out of the royal family until the 31st of March. It was told to me they had to scurry and hurry up and get everything done before the 31st of March, because the UK taxpayers still paying their travel expenses. And you know what, you guys? Several private jet flights back and forth really add up. They're getting in as much as they can before the end of the month, when they become officially disloyal. Okay, so if you haven't heard, they hired Bill and Melinda Gates executive for their charity, Catherine St. Laurent. But here's the kicker. After digging a little more, and I thank you, Deborah, so much. Now, allegedly, they have already prepaid this woman her entire yearly salary. Why? Why would you pay someone's salary in advance if you don't even know if they're going to work out? Because they didn't pay for it out of their pockets. That would only make sense, right? They're trying to squish as much in financially as they can before March 31st. And that is so dirty. Just like Harry going back and forth to Amsterdam for certain meetings with his little travelist situation. Why, all of the sudden, are they going back and forth all over the world in these private jets? Because they're not having to flip the bill, that's why. Have you ever noticed his little icon for travelists? Now it just makes sense. All of their friends. You are the company you keep. By the way, that's a list of satanic symbolism. They're running with some real nasty people. I guess the thing that bugs me the most, they can do what they want to do, but when it comes to doing it on someone else's dime, like taxpayer money, oh, it makes me livid. Let their good friends pay for all their expenses. I'll see you soon and we'll talk fast. Y'all stay safe and be blessed.